Welcome to the Connecticut Judicial Branch Law Library's Self-Represented Parties Information Series. Filling out and filing an application for waiver of fees form in family matters. In this overview, we will show you the correct way to fill out and file an application for waiver of fees in family matters, sometimes called a fee waiver form. A family matter fee waiver form, Form JD-FM-75, is the official court form filed with the court clerk that asks the court to waive or to excuse you from paying certain court fees and/or costs due to financial hardship. The fee waiver only excuses you from paying the fees indicated on the form. All other court fees and costs must be paid. Any party to a case, either a plaintiff or defendant, may file an application for waiver of fees form. If your case is not a family matter, but is a civil, housing, or small claims matter, you will need to use a different application for waiver of fees form, Form JD-CV-120. This video is not for filling out Form JD-CV-120. The fee waiver form will ask you to provide the court, under oath, financial information about your income, expenses, debts, and assets. The court will then look at the information you have given and decide whether or not you are financially qualified for the fees to be excused under the law. This form is also used for requesting appointment of counsel. We will not be addressing this part of the form in this video. Some words to know. In this overview, a fee is money charged by the court. Entry fee is the fee charged by the court to begin your case. Filing fee is the fee charged to file papers, such as some motions, pleadings, and other documents in your case. Costs are the expenses charged for certain services or programs. Waive means to excuse or not require something. An affidavit is a written statement that is sworn to under oath as being true. Proceeding is any type of event involving your case taking place in the court. This could include hearings, trials, or mediation meetings. Qualifying for a fee waiver. There are state statutes that describe how a person may qualify to have his or her fees waived. The statutes are Connecticut General Statutes Sections 46B-231 and 52-259B. The state statutes can be found on the Connecticut General Assembly's website or in any Judicial Branch Law Library. The court rules on filing a fee waiver can be found in the Connecticut Practice Book at Sections 8-2, 25-63, and 63-6. The Connecticut Practice Book can be found in any Judicial Branch Law Library and on the Judicial Branch website. To get to the Connecticut Practice Book from the Judicial Branch homepage, click on the Public tab, click on the quick link for Court Rules, click on the link for the current year Connecticut Practice Book. The Connecticut Practice Book is in PDF format. Federal Poverty Level Measure. Both Connecticut General Statutes, Section 52-259B, and Connecticut Practice Book, Section 8-2, talk about how the federal poverty level can be used by the court to help it decide if a person should be given a fee waiver. A copy of the federal poverty level chart can be found on the Judicial Branch website Forms page, Form JD-CL-67. You may want to look at this chart to see how your income compares to the poverty level. In the box labeled Name of Case, type the name of your case. Be sure to use the full name of the case. In the box to the right, labeled Docket Number, type the docket number of the case, if there is one. On the next line in the box labeled Judicial District, type the judicial district for the court where your case is filed. For example, if your case is in the Hartford Court, type Hartford. In the box labeled Address of Court, type the full address of the court, including the number, street, city or town, and zip code. In the box below, type your name in the box labeled Name of Applicant. Type your last name first, followed by your first name and middle initial. Be sure to use your full legal name. For example, if your name is William, type William, not bill. In the next box labeled Address of Applicant, type your full address with the number, street, city or town, and zip code. In the last box on this line labeled Telephone, type your telephone number. Be sure to include the area code. Below your name and address is the area labeled Type of Proceeding. Check the box that tells the court what type of proceeding you were involved in. The choices are motion to open judgment, application for custody, application or petition for visitation, motion for modification, dissolution of marriage or civil union, appellate matter, contempt, paternity, or cross-complaint. If none of these describe your case, check the box before Other and type a description on the line. In the next section of the form, labeled Fee Waiver, you are asking the court to waive certain fees and/or costs. Put a check in the box before each of the types of fees you want to have waived. The choices are entry fee, filing fee, appellate filing fee, costs of service of process, delivery of papers by a state marshal or other proper officer, costs for participating in parenting education, and cost of the transcript for appeal. If you want any other fee waived, check the box before Other and name the type of fee on the line which follows. The next section of the form is the grounds for appeal. You only need to fill in this section of the form if you are filing an appeal with the Supreme or Appellate Court, or if you are asking to waive the cost of the transcript for an appeal. Otherwise, skip this section. For those filing an appeal, indicate on the line provided what are the grounds on which you were appealing. Skip the part of the form labeled Appointment of Counsel. The next part of the form is the Financial Affidavit. This is the section where you will give the court information about your income, expenses, assets, or property, and debts. When filling out this part of the form, you must provide truthful information. You will have to swear to the truth of the information before a notary or a court clerk. If you knowingly give false information, you can be fined or imprisoned. In Part 1, Dependents, type in the box the number of dependents you have, including children who are not living with you but for whom you pay support. Do not count yourself as a dependent. If you do not have any dependents, enter 0. In Part 2, Monthly Income, in the box next to A, Gross Monthly Income, type your monthly income before taxes are taken out. Be sure to include both state and federal taxes. In the box for B, Net Monthly Income after taxes, type your monthly income after the taxes are taken out. In the box for C, Other Income, type the amount of any other income you have, such as Social Security, state assistance, unemployment, workers' compensation, child support, alimony, or other income, and list what they are on the line below the word Specify. Add the amounts in lines B and C and enter the total in the box labeled Total Monthly Income, or allow the online form to do it for you. If the total is 0, go to Part 6 at the top of page 2 and enter an explanation for how you were supported without a monthly income. In Part 3, Monthly Expenses, enter your monthly rent or mortgage in the box next to A, Rent, Mortgage. In the next box labeled B, Real Estate Taxes, enter your monthly real estate tax, if not already included in your mortgage. If you pay on some schedule other than monthly, take the yearly total and divide it by 12. Continue filling out the information for boxes C through I. Be sure to make your entries reflect monthly costs and be as accurate as you can. In the box labeled J, Other, enter any other monthly expenses you have, such as child support or alimony, and type what they are on the line after the word Specify. Add up the amounts for boxes A through J and enter the total in the box labeled Total Monthly Expenses, or allow the online form to do it for you. If the total is 0, Go to Part 6 at the top of page 2 and enter an explanation for how you were supported without monthly expenses. In Part 4, Assets, you have to enter your assets. If you do not have the type of asset listed on the form, leave the line blank. Next to A, Real Estate, there are 3 boxes. The first is for the estimated value of your real estate. The second box is for any balance you have left on loans taken out against the real estate. The third box is for the equity that you have available in the real estate. For example, if you own a home that is $120,000, put $120,000 in the box labeled Estimated Value. In the box labeled Loan Balance, enter how much you still owe to the bank or to whomever you borrowed the money to purchase the home. In the box labeled Equity, subtract what you still owe from the estimated value. This is your equity. Do the same for the 3 boxes for B, Motor Vehicles, and C, Other Personal Property. For lines D, E, and F, enter the total value of all savings accounts, checking accounts, and cash. If you have other assets that do not fit into the boxes listed, enter the value of these assets in the box for G, Other Assets, such as boats, snowmobiles, RVs, or investments, and list the assets after the word Specify. Add together all the amounts under the equity column and enter the total in the box labeled Total Assets, or allow the online form to do it for you. In Part 5, Liabilities, Debts, enter all other debts you have. These debts could include credit cards and other loans. Do not enter any of the loans you put in the Assets section, because those have already been counted. Under Type of Debt, describe the debt or loan. In the box Amount Owed, enter the total amount you still owe on the debt. In the box in the column Monthly Payment, type how much you pay each month on that debt or loan. If you pay on some schedule other than monthly, take the yearly total and divide it by 12 and enter the number. At the bottom, next to Total Liabilities, enter the total of all amounts owed in the box for the column Amount Owed, and enter the total of all monthly payments in the box for the column Monthly Payment, or let the online form do these for you. At the very top of page 2, enter your case name in the box labeled Name of Case. Enter your docket number in the box labeled Docket Number, if you have one. You will also need to fill in the same Name of Case and Docket Number boxes on the very top of page 3. Review the form on page 1 and make sure that everything is correct and truthful. Make any changes that are needed. The certification near the top of page 2, just below Part 6, is where you are swearing to the fact that the information you gave on page 1 in the Financial Affidavit area is true to the best of your knowledge. Skip the box labeled Signed and type your full legal name in the next box labeled Print Name of Person Signing at Left. Leave the date box blank. Do not sign the form at this time. Do not fill in any other parts of the form. The parts of the form labeled Order and Order After Hearing are for use by the court. The part labeled Request for Hearing on Denied Application will be discussed later in this video. Print the form by pressing the Print button at the bottom of either page 1 or page 2. Take the filled-in form to a notary. Notaries can be found in the court service centers or at most banks. Sign and date the form in the Signed and Date Signed boxes in front of the notary. Bring a valid, current picture ID with you. The notary will then sign and date the form. Take the form to the clerk's office at the court. You can also bring the form to the clerk's office at the court and sign and date it in front of the clerk. Again, be sure to have a current picture ID with you. The clerk will then sign and date the form. It can then be filed with the court. If your application for fee waiver is denied by the court and you feel that the denial is not correct, you may ask for a hearing by a judge or a family support magistrate. Get a copy of your fee waiver form from the clerk's office with the court's denial. On page 3 of the form, there is a section labeled Request for Hearing on Denied Application. Check the box before I request a court hearing on the application. Sign and date the copy and file it with the clerk's office. The clerk will schedule a date when you can come to court and explain to the judge or family support magistrate why you think you should not have to pay the fee. More help. If you need procedural help or further assistance with filling in the fee waiver form or any court form, please visit a court service center. If you need further information on handling your case, please visit a Judicial Branch Law Library. This is the end of our demonstration. For more information, please visit a Judicial Branch Law Library, a court service center, or the Judicial Branch website.